compliance, and later they will spend money when they miss out, when they grow in business, because they were not focusing on this area. Okay, years of operation. Length of the business certainly is something which will change the spectrum of legal compliance from time to time, because over the years laws will get amended. Okay, the government will keep on coming with new regulations. So once in a while you will have to keep on updated in all the things that are happening, at least in your industry. Okay, so maybe if you are into selling something online, right, so you have to be updated with data privacy laws. If you have to do something related to environment, you have to be updated with environment laws. Okay, pharmaceutical, healthcare, these are the industries where compliances are very stringent. Okay, so in these industries specifically, because even one small compliance if you miss, you will be facing a lot of huge penalties, right? So compliance requirement also varies industry to industry, sector to sector. Geographic location as well will vary. Actually, when we talk about legal compliance, geographic location is something which will also command your legal compliance. For example, if you are an entity based in Canada or US, you want to do business in some developing country, okay, or you are in developing country, you want to do business in some developed country, then what will happen? You will have to also comply with the local export-import laws, local business regulations. Is there any requirement of a partner? Or if you're doing international intra-trade, okay, import-export from your own country, then do you have proper contracts? Because tomorrow if that entity is not paying, what are you going to do? Or if your vendor is outside in a developing country, how are you going to deal with quality with that vendor? Dispute resolution mechanisms. This is again something, as a legal, as a business founder, as an entrepreneur, you should always have proper dispute resolution mechanisms in place in your initial agreements or any kind of transaction you're making with your clients, entities, vendors, employees, because you as a businessman, you will never want to get involved into long legal battles. To save that, you can have proper arbitration clauses in place so that you can always avoid litigation. Okay. Always have proper defined exit strategies, because in business, any startup can fail anytime, any business can fail anytime. You should always have proper things in place. Okay, the legal considerations, proper exit planning should be in place as a business founder for you. Okay, next steps. What I'm going to do is I'm going to share this form, and if you have any questions, you can unmute right now. In this form, I would like you guys to fill so that you can share your email and phone number, and also if you have any legal questions, my team will reach out to you and answer your questions. Now I would like to take some questions. Ravi, please.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Siddharth. Can you also share the soft link of this?
Yeah, I will just put in the chat to you.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
that you can.
Yeah. Any questions for Siddharth from the audience?
Yeah, Siddharth, thank you so much. It was very informational and the most important thing, when you run a business. And do you have any geography-based compliances and repository like that?
We do have, which is why we have created this form, because people different people will have different questions, so that you can put your questions thoroughly there. The first call that you will get will be free of cost, and then later on, if you have any legal issues or you want an agreement, you can take quotations from us for price. We are doing for all over the world, almost for every country, Europe, US, India. And if you have any requirement, we provide legal assistance at properly reasonable prices.
Okay, sure. And you are based out of Delhi, right?
We are based out of Delhi, yes.
Okay, yeah, sounds good. Yeah, definitely. I think this is a very important area, and we'll definitely socialize on this soon. Thank you.
Thank you. I have shared the form, so it will be great if people can fill. And anyone else who has a question?
Yeah. Any
Yes,
other
Bradley.
questions, Siddharth?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm curious, what's the most common pitfall that you encounter with starting entrepreneurs?
Okay.
Good
The
one.
most common pitfall would be, as I was talking about initially, the trademark thing. Okay. Starting entrepreneurs, they will not spend the small amount which is required for getting their business protected intellectually. So tomorrow, if somebody is, copying their product, they can't do anything.
Mm-hmm.
There are some countries they allow, if they have prior use proof that, they have some invoices or some websites to show that they were the first user. There are a few things they can show to fight, but then if you have a trademark, you can always go for an injunctive relief. You just simply go to the court, you get an order against the party which is trying to copy your product. Secondly, having proper agreements in place. For example, co-founders agreement is very important when you are a startup. Shareholders agreement, how and what kind of agreement is it?
Gotcha. And is the establishment of, say, a URL or a name online enough to protect intellectual property, or does it actually have to be a trademark?
No, it's not enough to protect intellectual property, just having a URL. In some countries, prior use is given, importance when you go to the court. Prior use would mean that if you have a URL or if you had some, invoice or maybe some blogs you created to promote that business and you are also creating revenue from that brand name. Some countries allow that, but URL will not protect your business. The only way would be to have a trademark in place, a copyright, if you have, some other intellectual property. But for business name, for logo or brand name, you have to have a trademark.
Got it. Thank you. That's very informative.
And also, one more thing at which entrepreneurs, fail at is co-founders agreement. I was telling about vendors agreement. They do not do when they are dealing with vendors, when they start doing business. And sometimes vendor is not providing the product on time. Okay, they have defaulted on the deadline. They are not giving quality product, and you are losing out your client. And your client is smart. He did an agreement with you. He's asking money from you, and he's defaming you. But because your vendor did not perform, now you failed. So as a businessman, it's important to have agreements with both your vendor and your client. Both agreements should be in your favor.
Thank you.
Yeah. Anyone else?
Any other questions for Siddharth? This is a lovely opportunity to get your legal issues or doubts you have in mind to get, briefly answered by Siddharth. Okay, so I've shared the form for any queries you have, which Siddharth has shared. So feel free to fill in the form and ask any questions you have. And we will. Thanks a lot, Siddharth, for joining this particular platform and sharing
Thank
the
you so much for
insights. We
inviting.
will
I hope you
definitely
guys
connect.
benefited, and I would really love if you can fill the form and come out with your queries. We will be happy to help. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to share.
Most welcome, Siddharth.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll
Thank
be
you for
leaving, taking your adieu. Good night, guys.
Yeah, thank you. So we move on to the next speaker, Durga. Durga, let me move you as the panelist. Just give me a second. Yeah, Durga is IT manager. She is also a freelancer, client advisor. She is skilled as a BI practice head. She's got 17 plus years of experience in healthcare sector and BI practice architect. So, yeah, Durga, welcome to Let Us Talk It. Durga. Yeah, just give us a minute, audience.
Okay, let me try to call her. Maybe she has some technical difficulty or something. Just a sec. Okay, folks, I think there is something going on. Maybe some technical issues. I'm not sure. I could not reach out as well by phone. So maybe I think we can conclude for now, Ravi. And maybe Ravi, you can try to tell meanwhile about our upcoming, the trainings and the webinar on the product development. Those three, initiatives. You can share the screen also if you have them.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Do that. Yeah, team, while we are having connecting with Durga, wanted to share about this new initiative. So we are moving forward with this particular new initiative, which is coach and training program. So we have these two training programs lined up starting October 16th to November 1st. The first one is building a prototype solution with SAP BTP on HANA Cloud. This is a hands-on training, so it doesn't need any coding experience. So designed for business and technology leaders, SAP project managers, and SAP techno-functional consultants who want to upskill themselves to BTP. BTP is more into business transformation, and yeah, we have, you can actually go to coachantibs.com and trainings, and we request you to register here. You can also spread the word out if you feel any of your friends or people in your network might be interested in this. It's a virtual meeting. The timings are between 5 to 6 p.m. Eastern time. And the second training program is about building generative AI enabled applications by yourself using OpenAI or the chat GPT-4. Here also, you don't need to have coding experience, but you would be, by the end of the session, you will be able to learn how to enable applications, build applications by yourself. This is again designed for business and technology leaders, solution architects, tech leads, and developers, because a lot of organizations are moving into AI, implementing AI within the organization and certain processes. So it's always good to upskill yourself, and the price is pretty nominal right now. It's around $99, and if you're registering now in this particular week, you have a $10 offer if you're registering early. So feel free to go through this particular link. I'll also share it in the chat here. Yeah. you can go ahead and register. And yeah, if you have any specific questions, or if you feel that your organization might want to go for these training programs, you can, have a quick call with us and discuss the opportunities. We would like to customize this and enable your organization also, all the team members in your organization also for this particular training program.
Also, we have one more webinar series that are coming up, from idea to execution, the product development. Do you have that flyer as well, Ravi?
No, Srini.
Okay. It's under, LetUsTalkIt LinkedIn page. Yeah, I think that's happening in October 24th, on October 24th. Yep, I think maybe we can conclude if there's nothing else.
Yeah. So, Durga, by any chance, are you back? Yeah. Hey, Durga, we were trying to reach you. We were not sure if you're there. So, are you all set, Durga? Hey, Durga, do you want to turn on your video and share your screen?
Sorry, I was having some 12 to 12:30, so it's late little bit. Sorry about that. Yeah. I'm gonna share my screen here.
Yeah. Can you tilt your camera a bit towards?
Oh, yeah, sure.
This
I'm
is
not sure
perfect.
what you guys are saying here. Yeah, so hi everyone, this is Durga. I am actually working as an data architect slash manager. Oh, can you guys hear me okay?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Your audio is clear. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to make your screen,
Little
full
bit
screen?
bigger? Yeah. Let me see, how can I do that?
You can, click on, the presentation mode, which is just beside the.
Oh yeah,
top left-hand
present
corner.
in team.
No, on the top left-hand side, you have this floppy disk and then two arrows, and then there is a presentation icon.
Oh yeah.
About that. Yeah, that's the one.
All right. Okay. So yeah, myself is Durga. I'm actually working as a data architect and a manager for a reputed healthcare organization. And I've been into the healthcare for almost a decade. And I'm very passionate about healthcare data. I see it very interesting to deal with the claims and people and day-to-day services and the claims and all these things. So as part of my research on the new technologies and new domains in the healthcare and all, I've been doing some publications and working on some books and all these things. And I also been associated with some of the startup organizations for helping them for their BI analytics and all these things. So recently I have done a research on the home health, because home health is now getting the attention of all the market. The main reason is the pandemic for sure. So in pandemic, almost everyone was stuck into the homes and they were not going to any hospitals, even for the vaccination purposes and all these things. Even the prenatal care visits, everyone was avoiding the hospital visits only because they want to stay away from all these pandemic and viruses and all. So people were able to survive and they were able to have a healthy life for sure, apart from these pandemic issues and all. So now the problem with the providers is, the problem that providers are facing is, it's becoming hard to bring back the people back to the hospitals. So they've already seen a life for 3 years without any hospital. I'm talking about a healthy person or a healthy living life. So no hospital visits, they were still able to manage their life in the home. And now it's becoming very hard to have the outpatient visits. People are not ready for the vaccinations, and they say like, yeah, we are okay, we are safe. If we go to hospital, we are again bringing some more viruses back home, and we are getting sick. So that kind of a mindset happened with the recent pandemic and all. So everyone is looking at the home health, bringing the health care to your home and doing the services at your home. So, and that's the reason why the healthcare market is expected to grow almost 50% and going to be 300 billion market within next 8 to 10 years. So I just got a presentation here that talks about the home health and what is the current situation of it, what is the market and stats, and some analytics on top of it. So basically, as the name indicates, home health. So basically getting a home health care at your comfort and your home. And so 50% of the market, 50% of the increase is expected by 2028. And that puts the market share to 300 billion. So I have some of the topics that I'm discussing here. So there are different types of the healthcare here, home health services, the medical services, non-medical services, so specialized care and the hospice care. So medical services is a general terminology or a general care where, post-care, once a person has been acute or hospitalized, and after the medication and after the surgery and all, a person might be requiring some post-medical services, or a person requires an anesthesia or saline or whatever. So all these physical therapy, for example, wound care management. So all these comes under the medical services. So, and the non-medical care services are something like bathing, dressing, meal preparation, and all these things, and also the moral support for a person. Specialized care. So chronic diseases or asthmas and seizures, cancer, all these long curing patients that require some specialized care. So that those people require the home health because they are not very comfortable in the hospital environment, and they feel more comfortable, and you can have a better medication and better recovery in the home environment. So hospice care is a little bit interesting, the terminal care, where a person is almost end of his life and he wants to complete few things like, property management or moral support and spirituality beliefs and all, emotional support. So that comes into the hospice care. So we might be sending some preachers or spiritual people to help him get into this hospice care or terminal care. So the need for the home health, so basically aging population, and if you observe, US is having a high percentage of the aging population at this time. So getting care for those aging population is highly, recommended or important for us. So they cannot go to a hospital visits or do all these things. So covering them in the home is the best approach we can do it. So the chronic illness management, chronic health conditions, ongoing home care, and all these things. So that those people will be benefited out of home health. So now it's a kind of government and providers are thinking on giving some knowledge sessions to the family members so that they can take care of their family members who are requiring the care. So that's also, is there a part of some of the providers' objectives for 2024 and all, and also reducing the cost and bringing the home health to the patient comforts. Post-hospitalization care, so done with the hospital care, and now you require a post-hospitalization care. So those are the people. Reduced hospitalization cost. So it costs you so much if you are staying in the hospital, but you can avoid all these hospital bills and all these things when you are getting care in the home. Improved quality of life for sure, right? So you're in your own comfort zone and you are getting treated by the care providers and caregivers, and you still see all your friends and families coming to your home. that will be definitely improving your quality of the care and quality of the life. And it helps you with a fast recovery as well. So patient preferences. So patient wants to eat some different food and different culture or something and all. So its patient preferences is given high importance here. So geographical challenges, so remote areas and access to healthcare facilities, if it is difficult for people. So geographical challenges will be addressed for this during the home healthcare. Family caregiver support, this is what I'm talking about. Now we are going forward with educating the first aid medications to the family members, or how do we give care to the people, so that it is easy for taking care within the family itself. Personalized care. So because we are working individually with the people, not putting it in the bunch of the other people. So care will be more personalized and we will be more focused on giving care to the provider people. Preventive care, so health assessment, vaccination and education and monitoring. So now AI devices are coming into the play where you can have a wristband attached to it, which has an AI devised wristband. It can predict any seizures or any chronic conditions or illnesses. So you better stay home, don't go any outside, any plan for outside visits and all. So that way we are avoiding many issues, right? I have my own friend who has daughter. She is suffering with seizures, and she's a teenage girl. So whenever she go to college, he will be so scared because he never know when he will get a call from the college to take her girl back home. So to avoid all these situations, AI is advancing like anything, and they're having the machine learning languages are coming up, having a wristband which predicts you that some hormonal changes are happening in the body, take care like this. So that's going to be an game changer or trendsetter for sure in the future. End of life care, this is what I was talking about, the hospice care and the technology as advancements. So this is what I'm saying about the telehealth, AI and the medical devices and all. Efficiency and convenience. So it is more efficient and convenient for a person. So it's going to be more of an patient-oriented care rather than the provider-oriented care. So pandemic responses. So this is the main reason why the home health is getting the attention of the market right now. So who receives the home health? This is the same thing, the seniors, patients with chronic illness, post-hospitalization patients, patients with diabetes, and pediatric patients. So regulation and oversights. So this has got some high importance here because a care provider is going to have the data of all these patients and their demographics and their household things, who else is staying with the patient. All these things are will be visible to the care provider. So we need to have more regulations on top of it, and so that we are taking the high standards or high safety standards. These are morely Medicaid and Medicaid people will be involved, which means like government will be involved in it. So for sure, high regulations will be there and high compliances will be there. And caregiver support is also equally important because caregiver is going to the person's house and giving the care. So caregiver safety is highly important. And also we need to make sure no damage to the caregivers' families happening or all these things. So caregivers, grannies and all these things also we need to be taking care of it. So I provided some market trend analysis here. You can see in 2023, it's 153 billion, and 2023, 2032, it's going to be 278 billion. And here is the healthcare services. So this particular left side graph has got the equipment also included in it, whereas in the services section, I'm only focusing on the services, like the cost for the granny or cost for the caregiver and all these things. So you can see like currently we are in the 94 billion market, and it is expected to go to 153 billion market. So I just pulled all the data like about the agencies that are running the show in the current situation, current world. Kindred Healthcare, so they are having almost 6% of the market share. And you can see Trinity Health at Home has got 0.9%, and Interim Healthcare has got 1%. Accent Care has got 1.7%. And Hospice Care Vitas Healthcare has got 4.4% here. And here you can see UPMC Home Healthcare. So they are treating almost 44,000 people, and Accent Care is treating around 400,000 people in the home health needs. And these are some list of the healthcare top home health providers. So the main problem here is the providers itself, they are not really operating the home health, meaning the Providence Hospital. So they are not really into the home health market. And there are specific agencies who will be affiliated with these Providence, and after surgery or hospital care, post-hospital care will be handled by the Kindred Care, by an affiliation through them. So now the providers are looking forward to open a separate section or separate a branch for the home healthcare needs, because the reason is market is growing and there is more need for the home health. And that's why the current marketing hospital or the providers are looking for opening a separate wing, like the Trinity Health. Trinity Health has got around 95 or 96 hospitals across US, and they have one hospital which is focusedly treating the Trinity Health at Home. Interim Healthcare, you can see all these different hospice providers are available and all. So I provided some healthcare home health expenditures in billions. So what is the out of pocket and Medicare and Medicaid and all these things. And currently we are almost having 11,300 home health agencies at this time. And we have around 4,840 hospice agencies. And 3.3 billion patients are being treated in the home health. And for hospice, it's almost 1.6 million. So you can see the count of the hospice people. Yeah, so I'm actually working on the analytics on top of the home health. So if there are anyone in currently here who is having a organization or looking for some BI wing or anything like that, so this is the great opportunity for you guys to explore the home health. And if you have any questions or any doubts on where exactly the IT fits into the home health needs, or what the BI analytics can be done, how the 360 degree of a patient view can be happened, you can reach out to me. I will be more than happy for answering all these details for you. Any questions or any comments? Yep, Bradley.
Thank you so much, Durga. That was wonderful to see, and I really appreciate the insight. Interestingly enough, my wife and I recently sold a family care home, which we ran for almost 8 years in North Carolina, caring for seniors with dementia. My wife is a nurse of 26 years, and so she was our administrator. And the overwhelming issue that we came across was the deplorable state of certified nurse assistants, that this whole model is built on the backs of that group of people. So they're the ones who are doing all of the daily, the assisted daily routines. And to be perfectly honest, there was no incentive, or the lack of buy-in from that population was really the thing that drove us to sell. And I'm curious if you encountered any numbers or statistics around that, or what you personally might suggest to support that population so that they are not just disposable workers in that economy.
Okay. Yeah. So I have a couple things here to address for sure. Caregivers, caregivers are really, we are short of the caregivers, the registered nurse, for example. So I have a plan for bringing some of the other country registered nurses as well. So to fulfill the needs in the US. So that will be the main goal of me to lay out a business plan here, to work on some of the resources as well, resource management as well. And I worked on some of the reputed organizations like the state organizations like State of Philly as well, where they were having affiliations with the providers and then agencies as well, where we will be providing respective people to them, patients to them, and then help them to provide the care. So the main interesting thing here is not only the government, but now the commercial providers are also stepping into the home health, and then making sure we are addressing the home health needs by reducing the cost. So for example, I will state an organization here, Trinity Health. They have got the affiliated data science wing, which is called Truveta, where they are doing all the analytics on top of the data science, whereas they have the medical insurance also, where they call as a Medicaid. So during the pandemic, providers were completely in loss because no one is going to the hospitals and they were not getting any money there, no generation of the money and all. But insurances have a whole lot of money because they are not paying to any providers. No hospital is asking for raising for any claim, but still they are getting all the money from the people. So they have all these amounts, dollar amounts sitting in their cube. So now the providers are going and checking with these insurance payers, how can we adjust these amounts to support our businesses. So I feel like that's the lack of the support, where you guys have to step out of the business. I would feel real contacts and real networking and real contacts with the providers would have been done good job. I mean, I would have say like it would be really a game changer for you guys to reach out to providers and say like, I have these many staff and this much of equipment. How can I come back into the business, or is there a way that I can sell off all these things to you? I would say like there are some options available for you if you are looking for getting rid of all these things for an amount or something like that with a provider and all. But yeah, I can certainly work on that area as well.
Well, thank you. I appreciate the information.
Sure. Any other questions?
Yeah. Thanks a lot, Durga. That was a quick overview of the entire industry. I mean, this is completely new. I mean, I learned a lot of new things. But yeah, I also agree with what Bradley has shared about this particular industry. Yeah. Any questions for Durga from the audience?
Yeah, thank you, Durga. That was very informative and very interesting area to look into, especially post-COVID, right? So yeah. Definitely. We will try to connect you to any similar contacts that can be collaborating with you. Yeah. So thank you again for your time today.
Perfect. So let me know if you guys have any if you guys are looking for any resource management on the caregiver side, or you are looking for any BI side of it or anything like that, I would be more than happy. I have a couple things aligned, like the behavioral health is one of the interesting topic as well. I'm not really worried about the public health because we have many resources out there for the public health and the general health. My main focus will be the home health and the behavioral health, addressing all their needs for the patients and all. Anything, any IT related questions or BI analytics related questions, you can feel free to drop me an email or text me.
Wonderful.
Thank you so much for the opportunity here to speak about the home health things and all. It's great to connect with you guys, and I can come back with some more different topics for sure.
Yeah. Thanks a lot, Durga, for taking your valuable time out for this. I really appreciate that.
Sure.
Audience, as Durga has extended support, if you have any questions related to BI, feel free to reach her. We'll also think it would be a good idea to also share her LinkedIn link. So let me share that in the chat with everyone so that it would be easier for you to connect with Durga and ask any questions and network. But again, thanks a lot, everybody, for joining Let Us Talk It and sharing your insights and contributing, being part of this knowledge sharing sessions. Yeah, I would like to apologize for any delays. And yeah, Phil, who was our regular host on this particular platform, he couldn't make it for this particular event. But I'm glad everybody joined. So feel free to spread the word out and share this particular platform. If you have any friends or references who want to talk about any specific topic on this particular platform, feel free to refer them to us. We would be really glad to host them on this particular platform. Okay. Again, from Let Us Talk It family, we would like to thank everybody. Have a great day ahead. Thank you.